In the world of sports, we have many TV talk show hosts that are dedicated to said sports. Every TV host is generally known for one thing, whether they're known for their antics and meme-worthy takes, whether it's hating on a grown man for his whole career, and having a counterpart that rides said player. So what does TV analyst Nick Wright have? Well, it seems like Nick Wright is taking a page right out of Skip Bayless's book, because for about a year, this man Nick Wright has been constantly hating on Nikola Jokic for no reason. And you thought this was bad when he called him the worst MVP in NBA history. This is still going on. I want to remind you guys that the Denver Nuggets have nearly all of their star players out right now. All of their options that were at least somewhat good are gone. Nikola Jokic might as well just be the Denver Nuggets logo, because if he goes down, the Denver Nuggets are a lottery team. And it's not surprising that Nikola Jokic has been getting a lot of hate. Over these past couple days, I've been talking about players getting disrespected, and I've been wanting to make a video on Nikola Jokic. In the video I made about MVP candidates that weren't getting discussed, I gave you guys a little bit of a preview of this video. And since you guys loved that video, I'm going to be doing a full one about Nikola Jokic, while also talking about the fact that this man Nick Wright has a Nikola Jokic fetish. Of course, before I get into the content, if you guys to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for your notifications on. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. Today's video is brought to you by Manscape.com. We're going to talk about them later on in the video though. Now, for the past couple of days, it seems like there's been a trend going on for a lot of people trying to advocate that Nikola Jokic should be the MVP, which makes me happy because I want someone like him to win it, because statistically, he deserves the MVP. He's playing better than all the other MVP candidates by a wide margin. And the biggest factor why a lot of people said he wasn't going to win the MVP because the Denver Nuggets had a really bad record. However, as we fast forward about 2 months from when that was last being brought up, it seems like the Denver Nuggets are the 5th seed currently and have been on a roll lately, despite the Denver Nuggets having no help. And a lot of people have been asking the question, what is the scale for the MVP? And the MVP scale has kind of moved over these past couple seasons, it feels like, but for the most part, it seems like you have to be on a winning team and you also have to be a pretty damn good player. And like I talked about in the intro of the video, the reason why people said he couldn't even win it was because that he wasn't on a winning team, which was true unfortunately. So every time I tried to make the case for Jokic, I was given the same response. However, that narrative doesn't exist anymore because Nikola Jokic is on a winning team that actually could be like around the 3rd seed come playoff time. I mean, he's on pace to have the best PER in NBA history. And if we look statistically, Nikola Jokic is doing better than last season, averaging 26, 14, and 8 on an improved 57% from the field. In their last 10 games, the Denver Nuggets have a record of 8-2. So all I'm gonna say is don't be surprised if the Nuggets start making a really big run, because as the MVP should, they help their team win. Now, we all know that Nikola Jokic is very much capable of winning the MVP, but there's one man on this earth that for some reason despises Nikola Jokic, and that would be Nick Wright. Now, I would like to think of myself as a pretty positive person. There's not many things that I hate in this world. There is one thing I definitely hate, then it has to be Nick Wright. He's like a worse version of Skip Bayless. At least Skip Bayless made his career just hating on one man. Meanwhile, this man Nick Wright has been dedicating his whole time just trying to antagonize fans with his stupid ass takes. For example, last season, he said that Nikola Jokic would be the worst MVP in NBA history. I'm not gonna lie, if you have to be the worst MVP in NBA history, then you had to have been a pretty damn good player, because not average players win MVP. But saying that Nikola Jokic was even on that list is disgusting to me. Now, I'm going to clarify this because I'm probably gonna piss some old people off, but I am 17 years old. So when I say that players like Wes Unseld and Dave Cowens might be a worse MVP, it's just because I haven't seen them. I don't know a whole lot about them. But those are just 2 examples I can think of. And it's not like Nikola Jokic was averaging bad numbers. Again, last season, he was averaging 26, 10, and 8. Mind you, he had one of the highest PERs in NBA history. He just happened to go down in the 2nd round because number 1, he lost his star player in Jamal Murray, but they just happened to be playing the Western Conference champions that year. And again, I think we know the reason why Nick Wright even said this in the first place, you know, because the Denver Nuggets are a small market team. And again, analysts that don't know anything about basketball just to rip on small market teams just to please casuals. About 5 days ago, Nick Wright put out a tweet saying the following: I'm just curious, Giannis, LeBron, KD, Embiid, and Steph to be in the top 5, Jokic has to be better than at least one of those guys. So which one of those guys is he better than? He was quote tweeting someone that was talking about how Nick Wright is not talking about Nikola Jokic. And off rip, if we're gonna take one player off, it has to be LeBron. And that's not even a knock on LeBron. LeBron's playing really good, but Nikola Jokic is playing better. And I know once I start bringing up the fact that Nikola Jokic is playing better statistically than Joel Embiid by a large margin, margin, people are going to try to kill me. But y'all are not ready for that conversation. Even though Embiid is guaranteed going to be in the top 5 and so would Giannis, he also was talking bad about Nikola Jokic the other day when they were playing the Brooklyn Nets and they were down by 11. Nuggets won that game 124 to 118. Go fuck yourself. It's really hard to take Nick Wright seriously because the man looks like an adult version of Caillou. I know there are dumb analysts out there, but I think Nick Wright stands at the top. Man looks like a down bad pastor at your local church. Was literally praying for the downfall of Nikola Jokic. I know Skip Bayless is bad when it comes to LeBron hate, but at least he can try to justify why he hates LeBron. Nick Wright just straight up hates Nikola Jokic for no reason. If you go on Google and look up Nick Wright, you're gonna see radio personality, but yet he has no personality. Unless that's for making dumbass takes and hating on players just to get clicks. Now to help your guys' mental health out, I'm gonna stop talking about Nick Wright for a sec so we can talk about today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Manscape.com, the #1 brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. With Valentine's Day being in about 2 weeks, Manscaped is here to get you the perfect package for your perfect person. They have a variety of products like their Performance Package 4.0, which comes with a variety of Manscaped products that you are going to enjoy. Now, Manscaped just released this brand new 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, which is super clutch in the shower. You could also stick with the classics and go with the Lawnmower 4.0. Now, what I love about Manscaped is that they have unisex products. So whether you're a guy or a girl, you can use these products, which is why this is perfect for a Valentine's Day gift. You could also go with something small like the Crop Preserver. I love this product. And if y'all want a discount, use code Spex. That'll get you 20% off and international free shipping. Guys, that's code Spex for 20% off and international free shipping. Thank you so much to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Don't be a dumbass like Nick Wright and actually use Manscaped. I think it's also funny that no one is actually talking about the Nuggets right now. Yeah, they're not the best team in the NBA, but how come someone doesn't talk about that Nikola Jokic is literally carrying this team? It seems like Nikola Jokic was fading away from MVP conversations, and ever since the Nuggets started to win again, he's kind of floated back in there, but it's only really been from NBA fans, not actual analysts. And I think this has become very apparent, but NBA analysts don't actually care about basketball. They care about narratives and stirring drama up. Now, there is one narrative going around. Some people will tell you that Nikola Jokic has a boring game, but I would highly disagree. There are some people, even in my comment section, that said like, you know, I really wouldn't watch him preferably, but he's still a talented player that should be talked about. I feel like he's getting the same treatment as Tim Duncan. His game is basic to most people, but honestly, it's one of the most complex things I've ever seen. The man looks like he's moving in slow motion, yet he can cook your best defender. He was the only reason last season that the Nuggets even won a playoff series. And with the way things look right now, he's the only reason they're gonna even get into the playoffs. All I'm gonna say is don't be surprised if the Nuggets actually win a series or two. Now, I have no sources whatsoever. I'm not in Jamal Murray's camp, so I don't know this as a fact. But according to the numbers when it comes to ACL injuries, there is a possibility that I think Jamal Murray can come back come postseason, which would no doubt in my mind give the Nuggets a little bit of an edge. And I wonder if that's when we're finally gonna start talking about the Nuggets. But all I'm gonna say is if you're a Denver Nuggets fan or just a Nikola Jokic fan, don't let dumbasses like Nick Wright try to downplay what he's doing. This man is a damn good basketball player, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. These analysts will try to persuade you one way just for a narrative, but that's not what we do on this channel because we actually care about basketball. The sport that Dr. Naismith invented in 1891 on a goddamn peach basket is the one thing we care about over here, not some stupid narratives to persuade people, because at the end of the day, that's what the NBA should be, just about pure in basketball. We're fucking NBA YouTubers, not TMZ reporters, for God's sake. And that's all the shit that I'm seeing lately, and it's honestly starting to irritate me. And nowadays we're seeing analysts build these careers on hating on players. And the up part about it is that it's actually working. Pure basketball fans do not like these shows, and I can understand why. And if you like those shows, that's okay. They bring in entertainment value, which at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's like the WWE. It's not real wrestling, it's just acting. There is legitimate wrestling that actually does exist. The only difference with the WWE is that I could actually sit through a performance without wanting to throw something at my TV. We're NBA YouTubers, not TMZ reporters. Can we please fix this community and not have it be based off bullshit? There's not that many actual basketball savvy YouTubers left. There are some, don't get me wrong, but there are big channels that grow themselves based on the algorithm and stuff that's not even true. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all on the next one. Have an amazing day. Take care. Fuck traditional NBA media.